Canada Startup Visa Program eligibility. Let's take a look at the eligibility requirements for Canada's Startup Visa Program. On paper, it looks very simple. There are only 3 stated requirements that are put in place by IRCC. 1, you need to pitch your idea to a designated organization to obtain their letter of support. A designated organization could either be a venture capital firm, an angel investor, or a business incubator or accelerator. Now, the list of these designated organizations is in the public domain and you have easy access and can find them online. Number 2, you need to meet the language requirements. The required language proficiency is CLB 5. If you were doing an IELTS test, this translates to getting 4 out of 9 in reading, a 5 out of 9 in listening, writing, and speaking. Now, these scores are actually lower than the expectations that are set in place for other programs such as the Express Entry. Number 3, you need to have enough money to settle in Canada. This money expectation is put into place simply for you to be able to look after your own personal expenses and for your family as well. It has nothing to do with the investment that you have to put into your Canadian business startup venture. A family of 4 persons would be required to show a total of 26,000 Canadian dollars as their settlement funds. You would also need to ensure that together the startup founding team owns over 50% of the company's shares and that each startup founder owns at least 10% of these shares. You will need police clearance to ensure that you have no criminal record, as well as medical tests that will be required for the application process. Now, note that there are 2 important areas that are not included in the requirements for the Canadian Startup Visa Program. There is no minimum education requirement and no minimum age requirement. It is this seemingly simple list of requirements set in place by IRCC that leads to a lot of misinformation that is out there regarding the Canadian Startup Visa Program. What my team always emphasizes with our clients is that besides these list of requirements set in place, you do need to show genuine interest in working on your Canadian business idea and your startup. This is Andrea Bailey from Yala, Canada. Stay tuned for more business updates on the Canadian Startup Visa Program.